What INTPs want in relationships. INTPs are a very analytical type of personality. They want to make sure that they have explored all of their options before they commit to anything, and relationships are no different. When an INTP is looking for a relationship, there are several things that they will need in order to be satisfied. If you're interested in getting involved with an INTP, then here is what you should know about what they want from their partner. INTPs' relationships with people opposite to them. People who are drawn to the INTP personality type are often attracted to them because of their honesty, intellect, and creativity. INTPs want a partner that will be honest with them, intellectually stimulating, and supportive in terms of creativity. When they find someone that meets these criteria, they're much more willing to pursue it. The most important thing INTPs look for in a romantic relationship is someone who is both their intellectual equal and willing to delve into the metaphysical aspect of life. Mundane topics are boring to INTPs, and living with someone who lacks the ability to step out of the traditional is certainly not ideal. Sure, INTPs can still have healthy relationships with people very different from them, but there might be a sense that something is amiss. This is because introverted thinking, TI, is always looking for the perfect fit, in logic and relationships alike. The relationship's path for growth starts with the INTPs realizing that everyone has their own individual and special characteristics. Once the INTP realizes that their partner is very skillful in different aspects of life, they start to recognize that their partner's genius and contribution to society is as important as the INTP's own gifts. This will give the INTP a sense of admiration for that person, for being able to be so good at things that the INTP may be lacking. They then start helping each other to develop their weaknesses, and build a strong and lasting relationship, based on support, encouragement, and admiration. What drives INTPs? INTPs are driven by a need for knowledge, so they enjoy being around people who can keep them stimulated intellectually. They're also generally not very interested in spending time with people that don't understand or share their interests, which makes finding someone that suits them even more difficult to find. INTPs strive to connect with whom they can talk about anything, and be understood. Once an INTP finds all of these things in one person, a true kindred spirit, the relationship becomes extremely rewarding and fulfilling on many levels. Finally, finding another person who can help them make sense out of life is like having a piece of the puzzle fall into place. Of course, physical attraction has its role to play, but maybe less so for INTPs than for many other types. As they consider a true intellectual connection, where there's understanding and respect, to be more important than just a superficial and physical one. Open-mindedness and thick skin. INTPs want their romantic partners to be open-minded, because they want their partners to be accepting of their oftentimes unusual or different ideas. At times it can be difficult for an INTP in a relationship to express themselves, because they don't always know how others will react to what they say. This is because of their FE, extroverted feeling inferior function. It causes them to not be aware of how people around them feel. When you combine FE, inferior, with their TI, or introverted thinking's raw honesty, you get hit with the burning truth without any sort of sweetening or sugar coating. This can prove to be too much for some people to handle. The truth oftentimes can be biting and piercing. However, it's important to understand that INTPs are only trying to help in the way they know how. They believe you can only treat an affliction or solve a problem if you know exactly what's causing it, as so, they want to and are more than willing to contribute with their expertise to help resolve the issue. They are not trying to belittle or establish superiority, it comes from a place of genuinely trying to help. Remember, their inferior function, FE, is also aspirational. And that means that they aspire to connect with people, they aspire to help and harmonize with people. And that is how they do it, by using their most powerful gift, which is filtering all impurities to get to the absolute truth, disassociating emotions from rationale, and this can cause them to be misinterpreted. Once again, and I repeat, they're not set on personal gratification, they are just not aware of how people feel, inferior FE. That is why their partner must have thick skin, at least at first, to be able to handle the cold hard truth, and be open-minded enough to at least humor their many unconventional, and weird metaphysical thoughts and ideas. Independence? INTPs need romantic partners that are independent, and allow them to be independent as well. They do not require the same attention and affection that most types do. It is important for them that their romantic partner is their own independent person. Although they do believe that shared interests are very important, it's also true that they need alone time. It would be ideal if their partner had their own particular interests as well. This will allow the INTP to have their alone time, while their partner is happily pursuing something they love to do, without having to include the INTP in everything they do. They also like when someone else helps them feel comfortable with who they are, without trying to change or influence them too much. INTPs need partners who will be supportive while also having a strong sense of self-awareness, so there is no resentment on either side, if one partner has different interests than the other does. It can be frustrating at times to have differences between each other, but ultimately it makes both people stronger through independence, rather than relying on another person entirely for what they want out of life.
If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. That will allow us to keep making more videos like this. For more related content, please click on one of the suggested videos. Thank you for watching.